Alright, y'all, we're in Harlem, 117th Street in Lenox. It's Sunday, October 16th, 2022. It's about 63 degrees. It's like 1:35 p.m. We're on Lenox Avenue / Malcolm X Boulevard. I used to live around this area back in the 70s. When I was a kid. Most of the buildings around here is new. We work our way west, even though we're on the west side. It's about 63 degrees. It's supposed to hit about a little bit higher, 67. So how you doing today? Here for the comments? Yeah, a lot of these buildings are new. It's like old and new buildings around this area. Gonna work our way downtown. So like I said, we're on 117th Street. Yeah. See, all these buildings are new. This whole block basically is pretty much new. I mean, they've been here for a while, but they're not old like the old brownstones where they're over 100 years old. Hopefully I don't bump into any music. I really wanted to come out earlier, but I had to work with somebody and that didn't go too well in the beginning. But that's how it goes sometimes. Trains is not running on this side of town at the moment because I guess they're doing track work. So that's a slowdown. They got buses running instead of the train. So that's when they mainly do track work anyway, on the weekends. And they resume back to normal tomorrow. So the trains and buses here, they're 24 hours. They never stop running. They may stop some lines, but slow them down maybe. But that's it. Everything's 24 hours. I didn't even check for any events today. I was so busy thinking about doing what I had to do. And yeah, I didn't even check. We're not too far from Central Park, but I won't go in there because you're just gonna see trees in the ground like this. If I was on a bike or something of that nature, then I would do it. I would do a whole tour of Central Park. Going around Central Park it's like almost 5.2 miles. So it's definitely a move. supposed to get sunny later on today, at least in a half an hour. They don't look it. Now let's go this way. Hey Savannah, how you doing? I'm okay. I just started. I'm like less than 10 minutes in, like 5 minutes in. I'm on St. Nicholas Avenue. Me to really do Harlem, I would have to come out early if I wanted to do a long walk. Let's come out real early, like 10 or 11 o'clock or earlier, then do a walk. That way I can duck the music. That's what I be trying to duck. Anything. Loud music. Copywritten music. There's no wind around here either. It's very low wind. I might start bike riding next year. I didn't do any riding at all this year. That's another thing. Some riding. Hello, John. I might walk down Columbus Avenue, take that all the way downtown. I ain't get there yet though, kind of a distance from it. But that's the route I'm looking to take. Just to show you where we at. Yeah, all of these buildings are new and they're still building up new ones. I gotta go the opposite way. I hear music. Everybody's starting to come out. When that happens, that means music. I'm in Frederick Douglass right now. One block over is Morningside Park. I'm not gonna go that far over. I used to have to, my brother and I, we used to have to walk 116th Street, walk to Morningside Park, and then walk uptown. Because we was in a cadet corps. That's like the military, but not the military for kids. And we was walking from 114th Street in Lenox. We walked the whole, not the whole thing, but walked from there to Morningside Park. And then we walked uptown to I think we had to walk up to 120th Street. Somewhere around there. And it was called the Church of the Masters. That was the name of the cadet corps we was in. So that was cool. We did that for 2 years. Then we moved. Man, our crowd started bawling and everything. I did not want to leave. Oh man, music. Can't get away from it. So I may walk down a block. Yeah. I'm gonna walk down the block. It's more music. So we're gonna do some zigzagging. That's what we're gonna do. Got no choice. So I'm just gonna keep muting the sound out. I'm trying to prevent that. I'm trying to keep the sound of the city in my videos without going silent. See, those are old buildings right there. Those were probably made in the 1920s or before that maybe, and that's new. Yeah, my brother and I, we used to walk. So we walk in the uniforms. We look like miniature soldiers. We had khaki colored clothing, just like the military. You had that hat go on your top of your head. I forgot the name of that. Fortigades. That's those braided rope that go around your shoulder, under your arm and over your shoulder. So we had to deal with that. But we got for the 2 years that we was in, it was pretty good. You know, we got to go to Madison Square Garden, and we had a drill team battle against other cadet corps throughout the, I don't know if it was throughout the nation. I think it was throughout the city, like the whole New York area. I don't know what school this is. Yeah, that was cool. But we was in the audience because we was too young. We was like 10 years old. I was like, 9, 10 years old, something like that. And we watched the other companies, like what they call Company C, Company D, Company A, and all of that. So we watched the other companies battle it out. And I think it was Company D, they won. But the smaller guys like us, we just watched them, which was cool. So we just got to cheer them on. That was nice. And then we was in I was saying about the parade. We on Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard. That's where we at now. Yeah, we was in the parade, the African American Day Parade. But first, before we was in the parade, my father took us to the parade. I think a year or two before we was in the cadet corps. So we got to see the bands and everything. There was a motorcycle group called the Unicorns. They used to be on 110th Street, right across the street from 111th. And it was right across the street from Central Park. So they got in the parade also. We used to go always look at their bikes in the summertime, because at that time during the 70s, choppers was the thing. You know, with the lights and all of that kind of stuff. That was a big thing back then. The long sissy bar and everything. And then they had leather jackets, more like vests. And here we go with the music. So we used to do that. Go check them out. Our father used to take us over there to see the Unicorns. And their vest was red, black, and green. And had a unicorn on the back, on the patches. Had their names and everything. I got hooked on that, the motorcycle thing. I wasn't too big into Cadillacs and electric 225s unless they was racing, which they used to do on my block on Lenox Avenue, because that's a long street. It runs from 110th Street, I think, all the way to 150 or 145th. Those guys was nuts. You see a guy with a Cadillac racing a guy with an electric 225. Even though they two doors and they big, they was fast, especially those big block engines they had. So to give you an idea what these places cost now, and this was back in 1990s, what they started doing, they started taking places like this, these buildings. I don't know what that is, a bike ride. Well, that's today. Oh, that was yesterday. Oh, okay. They started taking these old brownstone buildings and gutting them out, fixing them up. So they kept the old look of the buildings on the outside, and then they renew the whole inside. I mean, totally new. Like, you'll get new stoves, everything, and then they'll sell it for like $2 million. Like I said, this is back in the 90s. No telling what they're going for now. But that's what they was doing. You get like a $2 million. I think you get the whole floor when you spend that kind of money. Not too sure. That's what it was like. Taking old buildings. That's what I like to do. I would like to do anyway if I had that kind of money. Get an old building, and hook it up and make it look on the inside new. They did that a lot throughout Harlem, Brooklyn, pretty much all 5 boroughs. They was doing that. Not too much Staten Island. Staten Island don't have a lot of brownstones and buildings like that. Yeah, man. $2 million for built like whatever you was getting at that time. But I don't know what they would do now. Like, I remember my nephew was dating some girl, and she got the place real cheap. This was back in I think the late 90s, and she got the place for $80,000. I think it was like 135th Street or something like that. She was like in between blocks, like Lenox Avenue and maybe Adam Clayton Powell. Can't remember exactly where she was at, but she was in a brownstone like this, and she had the whole floor to herself. So you're talking like 2,000 square feet. It depends how they cut the building, you know, when they redo everything. But that's how they was doing it. And I'm pretty sure they're still doing it. This is Central Park coming up. Look how nice these buildings look. When they built these buildings back then, they had high ceilings, and pretty much a lot of them was spacious, not small. And the funny thing is, people were smaller back then. People are much bigger now than they were then. It's easy to see a person well over 200 pounds these days. Back then, people were a lot smaller physically. This is like my favorite big park. We went ice skating in this park, sledding in this park, swimming. So they got a swimming pool, and then when it turns winter, then they'll turn it into an ice skating rink. I don't want to go actually in there to show you because you're just going to be seeing trees in the road. I'm going to do a brief walk in and come back on the street. And it's very hilly in here. It's like up and down, a lot of hills. But you can't drive cars in here anymore. That's out. They stopped that a few years ago. So the only time you're gonna see vehicles in here is because it's the police. You know, any government vehicles will be in here, and that's it. After work, it used to be a lot of bicycle teams that would come in here, like on those type of road bikes that you see right now. And they'll race around the whole park. There were teams like, I don't know if they was racing teams or they were clubs. But they'll go a few laps around the park.
It's faster than going.
It was cool though.
Okay, well, let's follow.
I'm not in the park as often anymore because I don't ride my bike. coming up this hill on a bike is murder, especially if your legs ain't there anymore. And this hill goes up even further. Like I said, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna cut off at this corner. And when those guys used to ride those bikes, those road bikes and teams, it sounded like rain is coming, like the rain is coming. And it's just the gears and the chains spinning with on the sprockets. But if you close your eyes, it sounds like the weather is like it's raining. Sounds funny explaining it, but that's how it was. But I was with mountain bikers, so we didn't go around the park like that. We went areas like this, or where the trees are, because we would ride dirt paths. That was our thing. And the guys who got the skinny tires, those are road bikers. See, here come a bunch now. Yeah, it's just a few. But like I said, there would be like teams of them riding around. Your best bet now, if you was to visit or even live here, rent a bike. They got a bunch of places that do that. Plus you can rent scooters, like electric scooters or electric bikes. Check out the Husky. We had two of them when I was a kid. We had an Alaskan Malamute. They short, but they look pretty. See, that's what I was hanging out with also. BMX riders. Somebody wrote a language here I can't read. Gabrielle Max. Sorry, I can't read it. I don't understand the language. Definitely do this, bike tours. Just rent a bike. We're on Central Park West at the moment. More music. But yeah, definitely rent a bike. Get around, just put it up, get one of those little bicycle mounts, put it on your handlebars, ride all over the city. Manhattan is the easiest borough to get around. It's so easy because Manhattan is a long island, as in it's stretched out long, and it's a small borough. It's like 13 miles long, and to go around it's 26 miles. So you'll know the east and west, north and south. Say I want to go uptown, that's going north. Say I want to go downtown, that's going south. You can ask questions like, I mean, you could always know which side the sun is on. So you know if the sun is rising and the sun is setting, you'll know where the east and west is. Plus everything's labeled anyway. Right now we're on West 108th Street, Central Park West. The other boroughs is not laid out like Manhattan is, as in simplicity. Once you get up that big hill that they going up on those bicycles, it's downhill for a good ride, a fast downhill. So if you're new to this channel, like and subscribe, share the content. If you want to support the channel, you'll see a little heart with the S in it. That's super thanks and super chat. And you can accept donations. I get a portion of it, and YouTube gets a portion. Plus, I'm always buying equipment. You may either have to change this phone or try to find out what's going wrong with it. Not this phone, but I have another phone. So I thought that I had the problem whipped. All of a sudden, the problem was still there. It popped up on the next upload I was doing. Hello, Minnie. No, I passed Adam Clayton Powell. We're in Central Park right now, around it. So we passed that area because we're heading downtown. Now, when I was a kid, living in Harlem, the teachers used to take us on what they call field trips at that time. I don't know what they call them now. We would go to the Museum of Natural History. We would go to Central Park, by the lakes, walk around the park. That's when they wanted to get us out the building. That's what they would do. I'm pretty sure the teachers wanted to do that anyway. Just get out the building. You can stay outside for hours and then then come back to the building and everybody goes home. This is nice. Check that out. I like those curved corners rather than sharp, square-looking buildings.
That looks good, man.
So if you're into like celebrity spotting, this whole area is like from here, like I'm on West 104th Street and down. You got people like Maury Povich, Connie Chong, and a host of others. They live around this area. Areas like this, because it overlooks the park. Oh, you live way uptown. Dykeman? Yeah, Inwood. Yeah, that's uptown. I was there in the summer doing because they had a Indian festival, like American Indian festival in Inwood. I was at the park. And yeah, that was cool. They had a festival, I think it was yesterday at Times Square, but I didn't go. I got caught up in something else. Check this out. Now I went to another event. It was in West Village in Washington Square Park. And you wouldn't believe it. You can check the video. It was a rally, and I didn't even know it was real. I thought it was gonna be something like somebody clowning around. I took a picture of the flyer and I said, I'll check it out if I still got time. It was called Birds Aren't Real. I was like, oh man, this can't be real. And it was for real. People actually showed up. I was like, people actually showed up to this thing. Because I'm always in Washington Square Park. And that's where the rally was. Hold on for a moment. I got spammers on here that's acting up. So that's what I was doing. I was leading them. Yeah, man. People saying the birds aren't real. They saying that the birds in Washington Square Park are drones. I'm like, come on, man. You gotta have something else to do. It must have been like 400 people that showed up. When this is over, you can check my video. I might upload another video of it in 4K. I did last night. But I couldn't believe it. I thought it was some type of hoax. Somebody acting clowning. A lot of people showed up. Then the police got involved. They tried to disperse the crowd. So, I don't know. I was trying to explain to the girl. There was two girls sitting down. They had banners. They had signs. Birds aren't real. So I was telling her. I said, look. Yeah, Joe, how you doing? Oh man. Yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. I was explaining to the girl, I said, I was here last year feeding the birds in between jobs. Because that's what I was doing. I had so much time between jobs. I said, let me give the birds some food. So that's what I was doing, giving them food. I said, man, these people are going to have something against the squirrels next. They got people that come there, you know, people that live around that area. They feed the birds every day. I don't know. They actually had a rally for that. And this guy was preaching and making a whole lot of noise. That was the weirdest rally I ever seen. Never seen nothing like that. But the thing was also, a lot of people was just there laughing. Because they was like me. They couldn't believe it. So, the word got out, you know, it's a rally. I remember they had a pillow fight there. I recorded that back in 2012. I put that up on my old channel. But yeah, that's what my old channel back in 2012. I was just starting YouTube. But I lost that channel and never tried to gain it back. I didn't even know how to. But that wasn't advertised, you know. People just showed up and just did it. Something similar to those flash mobs. I don't know if anybody remember the flash mobs where they would come out and dance. You'll see probably like 100 people. And they'll meet up at one spot and just start dancing to a popular song, and then they'll leave. That's why they was called flash mobs. It feels like summer out here. It's not cold or hot. It's just the air is still and it's nice. It's like, I think it's like 63 degrees still. It's supposed to hit about 67. So I got a hat and a do-rag and a jacket on, so. And there's no wind, so that's keeping the heat in too. I don't know, you might be right. Filming a show, but that's not what the flyer said. They was really thinking all those pigeons in Washington Square Park, they were all drones and they were spying on people. Man, who are you gonna spy on? I'm not saying they don't have drones that, you know, that look like pigeons, or they don't. But come on. I was telling the girl also, I was sitting down eating, and I finished eating my food. And this guy was walking the dog with his wife, walked up on a pigeon that was under the bench that I was sitting on. Pigeon was under the bench. The dog was so small, he ran under the bench and grabbed the bird and started shaking him. So you knew that bird was dead after that. So I took my plastic bag and picked the bird up and put him in the garbage can.
Sí, pero les falta pintarla, ¿cierto?
You know?
Les falta pintar.
And it happened so fast, they didn't have time enough to pull the dog away. That's how fast it happened. You know, when you walking and talking to somebody and your dog just pulls off, and you know, you don't know what's going on. The dog ripped that bird up. The noise is the train station. Yeah. Trying to get away from all the scaffolding. Might go another block. All the damn scaffolding. Oh, thank you, Joe. Yeah, the Japan parade around here. It was earlier this year. That's one of the videos I deleted that was doing so well. That was Japan's first parade. They normally don't, you know, do stuff like that. So that was their first parade. Here go a bunch of pigeons now. Yes, it is New York City, Janeiro. What was so crazy was they had advertised for the Brazil Day festival, and then they canceled it, as in they didn't have the performers come out or anything up in Manhattan. That was on 42nd Street, and they turned the festival in. Yeah, the parade. How you doing, Teresa? Yeah, they turned the parade into a street fair. That's what they did this year, so maybe they're gonna have it next year. Hopefully. I'm doing a lot of looking around, that's why I get quiet sometimes. And like I said, I'm not like really more of an introvert than an extrovert. You're gonna go a block up or another block over. I'll be trying to duck the scaffolding. It's annoying. One building I was at, I used to work in, they had the scaffolding up for 10 years. I couldn't believe it. Only reason I knew, because I was going there for at least 7, and I asked one of the people at the desk, I said, yo, how long has this scaffolding been up? He said 10 years. I was like, oh my God. There was a problem with the architecture. That's what that was. And they was trying to correct it. I'm gonna go one more block over. I think it had something to do with the old balconies that they had. And the building wasn't even old. It was like a new building. Somebody goofed up and did something with the balconies, so they had to take it down and install new ones. I used to work on a lady's apartment, a fish tank that is, and it was going the wrong way. I knew it. Let me say, don't cross the street, because it sounded like it was coming too close. Well, anyway, like I was saying, she had a hawk's nest on her balcony, and she never removed it. So every time I came to work on her fish tank, I would always check to see, you know, if the hawks was there or not. But yeah, they wasn't always there. Of course not, because they flying around trying to catch these damn pigeons. Yeah, but that was something to see, though. So we're crossing over to the next block. Washington Square Park, even like Central Park, they have a lot of hawk nests around the park. So the buildings never removed them, at least the ones that I've seen. You know, I guess as long as the tenant don't complain, I guess they'll never remove it. You get to see the hawks flying around. Well, I see them in the trees. One time I had my bird, which was an Amazon, a double yellow-headed Amazon. He's about the size of a pigeon with a big beak and a yellow head, and he's all green with touches of red and blue in his feathers. And the guy had me, he startled me for a minute. He said, because I had the bird on my shoulder. He said, be careful, because he was telling me what he saw. He said this lady was walking with a dove on her head, like a fake, you know, one of those fake doves. I guess it was around Easter time or something. And the hawk came down and snatched her hat. I was like, what? He took off with the bird, with the hat. I mean, of course the bird don't know. You know, you just see a bird on the top of your head, he's gonna go for it. But I was walking with my bird on my shoulder. So, you know, you're not gonna make that move. But you can never tell, you know. Anything can happen. They can do it so quick, you know. Before you know it, the bird will be gone. But I used to walk around Central Park because I had his wings clipped. Some people think you're breaking their wings. You're not breaking their wings. What it is you're doing, you trim their feathers on one side so it'll be awkward for them to fly. And my bird always knew when he couldn't fly, because I used to take him to the pet store. First I was getting him his feathers trimmed at the store I was working at, and then I started going to this bird store where they were board birds. You know, like when people go on vacation or something like that. And that's what they would do. He was trying to get me to work there because I was sending him customers. Because I was working at Petco at the time. He had a small, he probably still there, I don't know. I may have to go check on him one of these days. Yeah, so I used to go to him to get my bird's feathers trimmed. And what was so crazy, he was in the old brownstone building on the ground floor. And he was telling me all the banks was buying up all those buildings. And then they'll put the bank at the bottom of the building, of course. And then they'll rent the rest of the building out. I don't know how he got to hold on to that spot for so long. You know? He got to hold on to that building, that spot he was in. He was on the east side. I think he was around 53rd or 57th Street or something like that. I think it was 53rd. We're on Columbus Avenue right now, around 92nd Street. He had all kinds of parrots in here. People would come in, drop their bird off. And what I was gonna do was just clean the cages and feed the birds, that type of thing. This is years ago. This is like, what, like 15 years ago. But he wanted me to work for him, but I was like, I didn't want to do it. So I started working with fish. Even though I knew about birds, I just wanted to work with the fish. And we're on West 90th Street. Moving too slow. Talking about these cars. And it was him and his mother that was running that shop. My thing was, you're not gonna really, you're gonna be stuck in the shop and nowhere else. That's why I was liking the job I was doing. Like what I do now, I can just move all over the city. Okay. Okay. Yeah, when you get to run around the city, for me it's more fun. Rather than just sitting in the office, you can't go nowhere. So like the whole street, the whole city is your office. I may take this all the way down to Times Square, I'm not sure. Been on for almost an hour now. And I've been walking from, what, 117th Street and Lenox Avenue. So right now we're still on the west side. And we're at 88th in Columbus. So like I might take this all the way down. And I gotta get rid of the spammer. Sorry about that, folks, but gotta do this for the moment. Some people got too much time on their hands. Now, I'm not a computer guy. But when I first started hearing about a computer virus, man, that shocked me. I was like, a computer with a virus? I didn't know what they was talking about. How you gonna get a virus? It's a computer, it's a machine. And then later on, you know, I wasn't really looking for it, but I asked somebody about it. And they said, yeah, people make up programs and whatnot just to scramble your information. I'm like saying to myself, oh, I never went here. But check this place out. I got their business card and everything. And never went there. Well, I didn't have no real reason to go there anyway. I just wanted to come in here one day and just check it out. Yeah, but I never came in. They deal with exotic pets. I got a bunch of bird books. I might give it to them. Yeah, I might do that. Let me go in here for a quick minute. Let me see if they'll let me come in and get a business card. Because I'm not going to remember exactly where it's at. You have a business card?
Hi, yeah, you need a mask. You got it. Hold on.
I'm not gonna stay. I'm leaving.
Oh, okay. Let me just grab your card.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I got a bunch of bird books. I could donate it to you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
Yeah, respiratory system on birds is fragile. So you can't have them around smoke. It's dealing with birds is no joke. You can't use detergent. You got to use stuff like I know I'm bouncing around on these subjects. Let me get you on this bird thing. You can't smoke around birds, like no incense, no. Be careful of burning scented candles. Yo, birds is a big deal. A lot of people don't know. When you get a bird, you can't spray Lysol using what's the name of that thing? Clorox, like bleach. There's a lot of stuff you can't do. The hairsprays, you gotta aerosol anything. Don't use it. Birds can be a hassle. You gotta watch what you eat. Matter of fact, dealing with parrots, you're gonna have to deal with vegetables and fruits. So when you start buying them food, you'll wind up eating the food that they have, you know, because you can't eat it. 66 degrees right now. Yeah, man, birds is no joke. You gotta wash your floors with just hot water. You know, not a bunch of detergent, like stuff that can bring fumes in the environment. You can't give them all that junk food like French fries and all that stuff. If you do, just give them one. That's it. No soda. If you give them chocolate, chocolate can kill them. It's like chocolate can kill a dog. Somebody playing music. Hope that don't get on here. And he's gonna stop. I gotta turn this off for a second. Yeah, so I gotta duck the music. Yeah, but birds, man, you do better getting a rescue bird if you can. The bird's name was Osiris. You know, the scammers and spammers. Just give me a moment, people. All right. Check that out. Nobody wants regular bagels. I don't know. Straight bagels, gay bagels. I just want a damn bagel. I don't know. Step out in the street a little bit. Do a spin. Maybe one day I'll go in my old neighborhood. I was so close to it today. 'Cause I was on 117th Street. I used to live on 114th Street, Lenox Avenue. I decided to take a different route. I'd be glad when they remove all of this stuff. Look at this. And that's starting to become a big business in New York. They starting to pop up everywhere. Thrift shops, secondhand stores. They popping up like crazy. Especially if you go further downtown, around the East Village and the West Village. This lady that used to work at the recording studio that I work at, working on a tank, she started her own business doing that. Working open up like a secondhand stop. I went in there like twice. That was years ago. I think she still got it. Plus, one of the clients that we have, she had a she has like a thrift shop, and then business is doing so well, and I'm talking about last year because I just started that account, and she had to open up a bigger store. I was like, really? She said, yeah. She showed me the layout of the place when it was empty. I never went to go check it out. And she got like, I should have asked her how many square feet that place was. But it's got a lot of room. It's probably the biggest, it might be one of the biggest thrift shops in Manhattan. Because I went to one in Brooklyn. And that was pretty big. But hers, from the looks of it, she got a lot of room. Halloween, I don't think that's Halloween. That's kind of like a mixture. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let me see. Maybe I'll look at it later. Play back my own video. a Metropolitan Museum. We're on 85th on the west side still. Well, we're gonna stay on the west side. I'm not gonna try to go to the east anyway. All that traffic. Still on Columbus Avenue. I'm gonna go right back across the street because I want to see the fruits and vegetables, see what they got. That's what it is.
I've watched one episode, and you know,
Farmers market. Man, I can eat apples all day.
5 for 5, 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Especially when I was a kid, man. Forget it. And when I had my bird, that's what I was eating all the time. And that's what I mainly used to eat when I was going to the gym all the time. I cook meat sometimes, sorry. But what I was doing that for the bird also. And when I was going to the gym, and I was only going to the gym because when it got hot, I didn't even bother going to the gym because I want to ride a bike and skateboard and all that madness. But I would make up 3 days of food, 3 or 4 days of food, and it'd just be vegetables. And sometimes I have meat in there. So I was always stopping by places like this. Farmers markets. Yeah. Oh man, I'm sneezing. But there's really a bunch of farmers markets around the city. Main ones I used to go to was the one on Union Square. And they haven't opened up the farmers market at the Staten Island Ferry on the Manhattan side yet. But they had a farmers market there also. I don't know if I probably still got the flyer. I don't even know if all of those, it's an old flyer. Like I said, they didn't even open up the farmers market at the Staten Island Ferry on the Manhattan side, so maybe there's a lot of farmers markets that they haven't opened up yet. Check this out. Find out when that's going to be completed. Oh, wait a minute. See a little bit of it. Oh, man. Music. So you might experience some buffering, because this weak signal won't leave. You get it. And it's gone. Okay.
Когда ты привозила с Крыма такой букетик.
Oh. Oh, right.
I got rid of the apps, and it still happened anyway. What I might do is just change carriers, like phone carriers, because I'm doing everything and it's not working. I don't know if these phone companies have blocks where they can block another company's signal or what. I don't know what it is. Because I never used to have a problem with Verizon. And I just got Verizon last year for the iPhone 13. And now it was doing fine. And then this year, when I started back, and that's like 2 months ago, and the problems just started coming. I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to duck this music. It's driving me nuts. There's a spot I want to go to. Somebody's playing music around that area. Look at the traffic. Somebody did something goofy over here, causing all that traffic. All it takes is one person. Do something goofy, like looking at something instead of driving, and then they'll wind up driving real slow, and it affect everybody. Oh man, still playing music. But the person would have been gone by now. So you may have a moment of silence so I can get away from this. I want to see the vendors at the Grand Bazaar. See what I mean? They close the streets off. From 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So I get to walk the street. See if I can find another way in. See, I like when they do this. Close the streets off, no traffic. See, at least the kids come out, man. Where I live, the kids don't even come out. I'm like, I've never seen nothing like this. And I've been doing it for like 5 years, giving away basketballs and skateboards. When kids will win it, they won't come back out. They just come out just for that event. That's it. There's a lot of kids in my neighborhood with skateboards, brand new skateboards and brand new basketballs. And nobody's doing anything with it. So this is like a thrift store outside. Thanks again, Joe. I mean, I gotta walk the other way.
Well, yeah.
Gotta duck the music. This is a schoolyard that they're using for this event. They do this every Sunday. Check out the art. How you doing? Did you go to the New York Comic Con?
I was not at New York Comic Con. I was at Orlando MegaCon.
Oh, okay. I was good because I see the art. I'm like, you could definitely do the Artist Alley.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Well, you still got time to go to anime. That's I can't remember the date. I think it's November the 7th.
Oh.
It's like 3 days or something like that. At the Javits Center.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you might want to check that out.
Yeah, I should. Great.
Oh, he got a bunch of shirts.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Right?
Good.
Show a little bit more and bounce off. Put your own spin on everything.
Yeah, man. These are all my own designs, all original, all printed by hand.
Check out the cat.
That's awesome.
How you doing?
Pizza Rat.
Yeah. That's wild.
Good, how are you doing?
Okay. I'm gonna see if Simon is around. He does these type of events. Well, not event. Now I gotta dodge this. Somebody's playing music. Somebody got Tokens. Check that out. For those who lived in New York. What I do is I put that kind of stuff on my bags. I got a lot of bags. I got like 9 leather bags. Well, some of them are done already. But I put metal pieces on my bags. Like door knockers, money, like Chinese money, whatever I can find. You know, that look nice. Clean it up. And they put it on the bag. Can't tell if Simon is here or not. Let me see. This is somebody else. I hope there's no music. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. What I do. I think this is Indian. Check this out. I have some Indian stuff too. I take stuff like that and put it on my bag. There's music over here. I gotta move.
And then he sells the stuff. That's it. They are.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
No,
I know my Zara.
Sometimes you'll find stuff in here that people will buy, wear it once, and don't wear it again. I'm like, you can find some stuff in here. I don't normally buy stuff too tough. Like I said, mainly the metal stuff that I put on my bags. That's what I mainly buy. But yeah, I do that with belt buckles too. But yeah, there was this lady. I don't know if people are familiar with it. The Disney family. I can say it now because they don't live there anymore. When I used to go to their house in the West Village, they was like between
Everything's still.
6th Avenue. It was just right off 6th Avenue. But anyway, man, they had a spot. I mean, the basement, because they had a fish tank that had a profile of a person's head. And the lady, she was an older lady.
All right, sure.
And man, she had a room in the basement that was just full of clothes. I was like, who can wear all of those clothes? Because I had to go down there. I had to go to the basement, get the supplies, bring it upstairs, and then work on the tank.
No, really, but sun exposure, if it's not every day for over 3 months, it's not a
But that's how, I don't know what she did with all those clothes. It was like she would buy it, maybe wear it once or twice, and put it on a rack, and it would just sit there probably. Because she had that many clothes. And not all of them were new. She'll buy stuff and, like I said, put it on a rack, and she just accumulated a lot of stuff. And I bumped into quite a few people like that doing this type of work. I think Simon is here. We'll go check him out. See? Yeah, Simon is here. I see his son.
It might be an individual, private family as well.
Yep, Simon is here. This is the guy I always buy from all the time. Man, I spend hundreds of dollars on this stuff. I would buy like the door knockers, stuff similar to this. Put it on bags. He gets all his stuff from China. He goes to China himself, get the stuff, and then ship it back here to New York. How you doing, Simon?
Hey, how are you?
All right, all right. See? And they all got like, you could drill the hole yourself. And that's what I got to get into, because I got so much stuff like that. I want to drill holes in them, because some of them don't have any holes. Drill it, and then or mill it, however you want to call it. Put it on my bag.
I'll come with you guys to eat. I want to eat.
Oh, perfect. Somebody's over there though. I want to show you what I do get. Well, some of the stuff I get.
No, literally saying that's so fun.
Perfect. This is like pretty much what I get. Oh.
Thank you. Thank you, okay?
Yeah, I get stuff like that. There's some stuff on that side I want to get, but they're in the way. Probably have to go around. But they door knockers, that's what they are. But I'll put them on my bags instead. I'm gonna have to just do it. It's gonna be upside down. Yeah, I hope y'all saw that. Be like an hour and a half in. Simon, I'm gonna have to come back another time.
Smallest is so out.
I want to get this.
Smallest so out. Only very small.
This is cool.
Like,
I would take a piece that's bigger than this
I like this
and then put it on the bag.
smaller.
That's what I do. I got some nice bags too. How much is this? I can't see no price on it. Oh damn, it's like $20. Oh, perfect. He left. Check it out. I got a bunch of these door knockers. At one time, this was some years back, I was talking to this Asian girl in China, and I showed her my bags because I was telling her what I do. But I was thinking about starting a bag company to do that. Still thinking about it. And she said, I got that on my door right now. I was like, yeah, I can put them on my bags. Yeah. And he has some real big door knockers. Like the small ones I just showed you. He has some real big ones. I couldn't use those, but that would have been just for show. I would clean something like that up. And if I had a shop running, I would just use it for show.
And we have one that is like this one.
I bought one of these types of a tiger from him. I'm seeing it now. It looks nice when you clean it up. But some stuff you don't even have to clean up. It looks nice when it's dirty, as in not shiny. But that stuff is not like outright brass. You know, when you buy it, it's like a mixture of different metals. That's why it's not like when you clean it up, it don't have that look.
Strong and durable, and it's beautiful on the table, you know.
Okay, sure.
I'm thinking about like a present for someone.
I was thinking I've been meaning to get like a wooden cutting board. I just have a plastic one.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
We online anyway. Online is more expensive. This is a market, so we just put the prices down.
And check out this jacket. No, jacket. Look at the coat she got on. It's all shiny. It changes colors.
I mean, I have the upper hand.
That's wicked.
I've learned that.
I might get ready to leave. It's just at certain areas I can't walk in here because people are playing music. Yeah.
That's a good last minute thing.
They have more indoors, it says. But I'm not going to go there. They may have even more music in there. So I'm gonna start walking my way out of here. Working my way out of here, rather. Man, one time I bought a whole bunch of stuff from Simon. I must have spent close to $300 on a whole bunch of metal. Especially when he has the money. I got like 2 jars full of that stuff, big and small. Check this out.
How big are they and how much?
So the big tablecloths are rectangle is 60 by 90.
Matter of fact, I must find out from Simon. He used to give me sheets of paper showing all of the street fairs he's doing for the year. If I see him, I'll ask him. His son is here. Do y'all still give out flyers of the street fairs you're going to be at?
Currently for this year, the street fairs are pretty much finished, so we don't have
Oh, okay.
yet. Because it runs until like the start of November. So.
Oh, that's right around the corner, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that kid when he was like 10 years old. Probably even younger. He won't remember me, but he's too busy playing. He's a kid. Look at that. Trying to duck the music. Look at these bags. He did this all himself. I love me some bags, man. I don't even know how many bags I got all together throughout the house. These are all like women bags though. Hats and bags, man. Jackets. Spend a lot of money on jackets. You know, there's jean jackets. Music, I gotta turn.
And so you just don't want to.
Or leather jackets.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the pumpkin spice. Apple pie latte.
See, now when I used to come here, I didn't see food. This thing got bigger. Especially it's nice outside.
Do you want one, Kate?
No, because I have a bottle. I can just fill it up.
We got pickles for days. Olives. I can eat that all day. That's like eating a tiny apple for me. I eat apples all day, olives. Because they're so small, they're like grapes. You just keep popping them in your mouth and eating them. An hour and 40 minutes in. I may be on for another 20 minutes and cut it.
Oh yeah, no,
Although it did surprise myself.
No, I didn't mean to make a whole thing. It's all right. It's all right.
He's like, let's all go.
Like I said, on battery life, I'm probably okay. I really can't tell. I gotta find out. Like I said, I'm at 20%. I just found out. So I got some time to walk. Like I said, I may do 20 minutes. This is on West 77th Street, Columbus Avenue. Oh man. I may have to turn the mic off. Somebody's playing music, so that's gonna happen for a moment. Bear with me. Lucky I did turn off. Check this out. Old cars. I'm gonna walk the street for this one. I think they're gonna do a movie shoot around here. Usually we see vehicles old like this and it's a bunch of them and it's not a car show. And sometimes it's a movie shoot. Question, is they doing a movie around here? Thought so. I don't see no film crew, but when you see a setup like this, that's what it usually means. Cars from the 1940s and the 30s. That's from the 40s. 60s probably right there. This look like the 50s or the late 40s. I don't know what the movie is supposed to be. I don't see anything to... Yeah, these are original owners. These are not props. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
They even got the original plates. Well, some of them got New York plates. They probably put their cars in shows, period. This is a Cadillac. I'm not sure what year. Fleetwood. Trying to figure out what movie this would be. See how fast that guy went by? And I was just getting ready to walk out. I could have got hit. Well, I didn't ask him what movie. That's another thing. Thunderbird. I'm gonna check this out first. Man, look at that lady who's playing that music. Because I wasn't going to turn down this way. They even got to check a cab and be able to walk up on that song. How you doing? Nah, you can walk in, no matter, bro. Timeless bug. Man, they kept that same shape for so long. Another Cadillac. It's probably a 59 or 58. Today is a good day, man. I've been bumping into a few things here. Yeah. You gotta be rich to be around here. No doubt about that. That's what I'm trying to show the buildings along with the cars. You got some cats with the hats and everything.
Shit. I guess they did.
This is what I mean by the checkout cab. I'm going to come up on it now. Ford Fairlane. Remember these when I was a kid. Yeah, I didn't ask any questions like what movie or anything. I just asked, is there a movie coming up? He said, yeah. Another checker cab. Man, I used to ride in these things when I was a kid. And things is roomy. I mean, when you're a kid, everything's roomy anyway. But they can take the bumps and the bad weather. You rarely see those rusted out. They kept these cars in original condition, most of them. I don't think they did too much work on them, if any. Even though that lady was, the music she was playing was copywritten, but she was playing in her, you know, she was doing her rendition of the song. But they still would count that as a copyright claim. So that's why I try to duck people who's playing, you know, even if they, you know, copying somebody's song, that's still a copyright claim. It would show up as that. You don't even have to be the original artist. Like if I was if I would have went down that block, I would have got flashed with that. It would have showed up by the time I got home.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, everybody's coming down this block. This whole block is done. Check out the buildings. I go in a lot of these type of buildings when I'm working. See, they're moving somebody's car now. They even got the crew here, like people dressed from back in the time. I don't know if you can see them. I'm trying to walk slow so you can see them. I already passed a few people that's dressed up already.
Yeah.
So I don't know if those people are extras or what. People that's dressed like of that time period, whatever time period they're going for. 'Cause they got different cars here from the 60s going back to the 40s. See, this is a boom operator. This is for the film crew to use. I'm looking at both. See what I mean by people that's dressed like of that time? How you doing? Check this car out. He had that restored. That is immaculate. That's insane. New Yorker. Now, what some people would do, they'll take these cars and turn them into lowriders. With a whole bunch of hydraulics on it. You know. I like to see cars done like that, but I would never do it. And people do stuff like that. Sorry. Okay. This is like something out of Ghostbusters. Ambulance. Or it can be a hearse. They'll turn it into either or. Oh, the film crew is up ahead. Cadillac. Trying to get off the street. They even got an old truck. Yeah, it took the doors off. Now, if that was a car in a race, they would have said he blew the doors off. These are the cars that don't have the big hump in the middle. See? None of that. You get in those cars, they smooth. Especially with today's technology on suspension, you can make it an even smoother ride. He's dressed as a cabbie. Sir, you know what movie they working on?
It's for Mrs. Maisel. Miss Maisel.
Miss Mabel?
Maisel.
Maisel? Thank you very much. He was cool enough to tell me. See? This guy is dressed as one himself. Cab driver. I don't have too much time left. I just hit 10% battery life, so I'm not going to be able to stay on too long. Even got them old 1950 buses. I wonder if they're gonna do a night scene. That would be something to see also. They got the whole film crew out over in the front. So that means we started, it means we started from the back. And they're moving the camera crew over there. And they got people that's dressed up that time, whatever time it's supposed to be. It's probably got to be the 60s because I've seen cars from the 60s. Driving a convertible. I think that's a Chevy. I'm gonna wait for it to come around. Oh, early 60s? Okay. Check out the camera crew. I'm up here waiting for this car to come. Here it comes. Okay. What? He must have parked it. He did. That's why he didn't come through. I'm like looking for the damn car. I have to go back down. But I can't really go back down that block because that lady's playing that music. Just wanted to catch that convertible. I thought he was gonna roll out into the street further down, but he's not doing it. Here, I'm gonna walk up on it now. Check this out. Oh, it is a Cadillac. I didn't think it was. It's nice. Convertible Cadillac. Yeah, they kept everything original. Got the historical plates on it. It's nice. These are probably the extras. Everybody's dressed up of that time. All right.
AJ, sir.
Regular car. Because my grandma told me that he drove
Check out the bus. Now see, if I was to have one of those cars, the inside would be updated. You would have heating, air conditioning, and all that kind of stuff. But the outside will still look the same. But the dashboard would be changed. That's what I would do. Dude, it's like 7 feet. It's gotta be like 7'4", 7'6". And since I'm at like 10% battery life, I'm gonna end the vlog around this area. Cause I can't go too far anyway. These guys were flying on those unicycles. You see that? Keep thinking about getting one, but the only reason I didn't get one because of the when we started wearing the mask. I was like, I'm not spending no more money. Those companies can go out of business, you know. That's why I didn't do it. They even got an old style daily news newsstand. It's not open, but I can imagine they open what it look like. You gotta put magazines in there and all that stuff. Well, we on we're around Metropolitan again. But this is still Central Park West. Trying not to get hit. Yeah, we still around Central Park. Thanks for stopping by, Karina. Let's start heading my way out.
That's why they have the old
That was cool though. All those old cars. I usually only see those type of cars at car shows. Like the Javits Center and stuff like that. That's when I mainly see them. Or when they do this. You know, movie sets. Check that building out. That is beautiful. So we're on West 75th Street, Central Park West. I usually don't see the horse and carriage this far up. They got some more old vehicles around here. Guess they wanted to do like an overstock. It's better to have more than less. Check that out. ladder truck. Check that out. Check this out.
And
A client is texting me now about fish dying in her tank. Instead of her checking with me about can I add fish to the tank, what she do? She goes to the store, buy a whole bunch of fish, and now all her fish are dying. And she gonna say, I think something is going wrong with the tank. Of course something's gonna go wrong with the tank. Check with us first. Check with me first before you actually do something like that. Something is wrong with the tank. People, man. It took me a while to get that tank in shape. Got it in shape, stocked it well, and then she's gonna add a whole bunch of fish. And somebody's playing music. And now all her fish are dying. I gotta make this a full-time job. You know, I'd rather deal with walking the street with somebody playing music and dealing with somebody who's just gonna put any old fish in a tank and not checking with anybody. All right, people, I want to say goodbye because I don't want to just shut off and without saying see you and thanks for showing up. But I may have to call